Okay guys, today we're going to show you the Lasso Guard, how to use it to break my partner's posture, use that to do some basic sweeps, score my points, and some cool submissions. Check out. Okay guys, in today's video we're going to go over the basics of a beautiful guard in the gi, the Lasso Guard. I would advise you to check out our basic video on the Spider Guard. It's different than today's one, but I think there's a lot of similarities in how we use the gi. But let's go over the Lasso Guard. So, the main thing about the Lasso Guard is that it's a means to an end to not only control my partner's grips, which takes away his ability to pass my guard and use his hands, but also to control his limbs and therefore his posture. This lasso, which is pretty shallow, I think is very shit. The thing is, my partner can pommel his hand to the outside, strip, push my knee shield down and pass. I want to have this space only if I'm really planning on like doing bicep slicers here, immediately going for wrist locks, or using a lot of space between our bodies to invert myself to omoplata sweep him, or move over for triangles. So the only time I keep space in my lasso and keep it loose is when it's intentional for me to invert and move around. So keep that, freeze, pause, put it somewhere away. Today we're going to learn the tight lasso. The thing with lasso, guys, is we have to understand that if the arm is straight, my hips are here, I can really pull his arm into my body. So you see his hand is touching my chest almost. If I first turn center line with my partner, his arm is now making a triangular shape and I can never ever pull it through anymore. So there's an order of things. You can do the lasso with a sleeve, or the lasso with a spider, or the lasso with a collar, but usually I have a second grip. We never do two lassos, because I have to have my hips engaged in one way, and it's not going to be symmetrical. So for today's video, I will try to keep the lasso only on one side. As I have, for instance, double spider, or spider and a knee, or spider and a pin, I don't move my leg towards the lasso. So if his arm stays here, he just has to do a short pull, and there's no more space for me. So as I know I'm going to upgrade to lasso, I first pull his arm in. So it's close. Now my leg weaves over, goes through, and his arm is already deep inside. If you did not manage this, and you first move the leg, be sure to now pull the arm in a straight line through, as my hip is to the outside. My foot now goes onto his hip, and to prevent injuries on my knee, I'm not pushing with my knee, because if your knee is flexed and you twist your knee, you're going to injure your meniscus, hurt your knee. So what I do is I pull the arm in to the pocket of my hip, base on his hip, and now I turn my hips back to center line. In this case, you will see Storm's posture move to the right. My knee is close to his face. It's even touching his face. If your lasso at any point looks more like this, it's not good, guys. There's no pressure on his posture, and you're just controlling a little bit of his arm, and it looks like I'm doing the same thing, but look at the distance between his face and my knee. I cannot emphasize this enough in today's fundamentals video that if we don't have the proper mechanics and a strong lasso, like a good grip, we're not doing any sweeps or submissions. Only exception is if I want to invert and keep that space intentionally. Okay, so one more time. I pull the arm in, move my foot in as his hand goes to my hip, base on his hip. Don't push my knee because I will hurt myself. Twist my hips back. There should be a lot of tension on my hand and my knee, and I should break his posture. His spine should move to one direction. I can keep this on the knee, spider, or just ignore all of it and control the sleeve. Now, these are the fundamentals. If he really tries to pull his arm back for the higher belts, there's a wrist lock here. And there's some attacks, but let's just keep it with this. Now, we can do some basic sweeps here. One thing I really like to do is one of the main reactions you will get is my partner tries to bring himself back to center line, and I just do a scissor sweep. Move myself on mount, score the points. I should make sure I'm not leaning here because he will bring his knees to his chest, get single leg X. I still score 2 for the sweep, but now I have to deal with this because my leg is so entwined in that lasso. I also go over the scissor sweep from the Spider Guard in our fundamentals video, which makes it a little bit easier, so highly advise you to watch that. But in this video, the scissor sweep, I'm going to assume you know the sweep from the lasso. Now, the same thing, we also did this with the Spider Guard, is if we have this lasso and I try to scissor him to the one side, I can also just scoop in, use the lasso to move him over. Now in a lot of lasso sweeps, my leg is entwined with his bicep. If you have a higher belt, you can come up and you can start doing a bicep slice here. For the rest, I come up on my shins and I bring my knee to my chest as my leg switch, and I score top position. So that follow-up, I would advise you to train that, because a lot of people get stuck after the sweep and then they stop. But my technique is not over once he falls over. My technique is over once I get on top and score my points. So these are the fundamentals of the lasso, yeah? Combining it with grips, how to sweep in one direction, how to sweep in the other direction. There are some basic submissions here. But in today's video, let's just keep it with this. For those that are interested, we do have a video on some far side lasso, some cross lasso stuff with the Dragon Ball Z sweep, but that's another video. For this one, I just highly advise you to keep everything tight, break his posture. Yeah? Now use it to either do arm bars, scissor sweeps, or do the basic lasso sweep I just showed you. I hope this makes sense. I hope your main takeaway is going to be the pressure you have in controlling his grips, which will lead to several sweeps and submissions. And we'll go over another video and some advanced techniques. Check it out. See you in the next one. Peace.